You've heard of the clean girl aesthetic, but have you met her wealthy aunt who vacations in Milan? Say hello to the old money aesthetic, a fashion trend that brings the fantasy of inherited and laborless wealth to life with tweed blazers and cashmere sweaters. What is old money? Old money refers to upper-class individuals that come from a long lineage of wealth, inheriting their money and status from their family. These individuals have generational wealth that they're born into, and with this so-called elite status comes an entire language unknown to people that are in a lower social class. Etiquette is taken very seriously, and it's seen as important to maintain the family's reputation or honor. By developing social rules and fashion trends that signifies to other people of the same social class that they are in the know, the upper class has been able to separate themselves from the rest of society. Rather than flaunting their wealth to the world, it's considered more private and exclusive. What is new money? Rather than accumulating wealth over generations, families that earn wealth through employment or social status are considered new money. An example of a new money family would be the Kardashians, who are inarguably wealthy, but not through inheritance, and certainly not in private. The saying, "money talks, wealth whispers," refers to the old money mentality. People who come from generations of wealth often see new money families as disrupting the social order, which is why efforts are made to only flaunt their wealth to who they view as their peers. Quiet luxury. Logomania has been a major fashion trend for a long time. Sporting a designer logo shouts to the people that look at you that the clothing or accessories that you're wearing is expensive. On the other hand, quiet luxury is more subtle and might only be noticed by other wealthy people. These brands often produce muted clothing items that look plain, but are made to the absolute highest quality. Brands such as The Row, created by the Olsen twins, create pieces that are timeless and luxurious, which essentially sums up the heart of the old money aesthetic. While your average person may not be able to afford a $5,000 leather handbag, there are ways to dress the part on a budget. Old money fashion trends. Who said you have to spend thousands of dollars to wear some of the same trends that are popular amongst the wealthy? You may not partake in horseback riding, but that doesn't mean you can't have a Massey Block moment and sport a pair of riding boots. Blazers and crisp white tennis skirts are also very popular old money aesthetic trends. The old-fashioned American preppy style, which stems from fashion at private colleges, is interwoven into the old money style as well. Some popular pieces include varsity jackets, pleated skirts, button-downs, and Mary Janes. Old money celebrity fashion. Pinterest searches for old money fashion will bring up endless photos of Princess Diana and Jackie Kennedy. But there are a handful of modern-day celebrities that perfectly embody this fashion aesthetic as well. Earlier this year, Gwyneth Paltrow won a court battle after being sued over a 2016 ski crash that the jury found to be not caused by her. This trial quickly became a public spectacle, and people couldn't help but notice her billionaire chic attire. Her luxurious but sensible outfits were discussed all over social media, specifically how much the pieces cost, with knitted sweaters, simple gold jewelry, blazers, and collared shirts from expensive stealth wealth brands. Paltrow subtly displayed her wealth in the courtroom, giving everyone the impression that she didn't have to be overly concerned about being sued. Her everyday style reflects this quiet luxury trend. Other celebrities you may find on an old money Pinterest mood board include Meghan Markle, Blake Lively, Sophia Richie, and Victoria Beckham. TikTok aesthetics and fashion. The social media app TikTok has birthed many niche aesthetics that inspire people's fashion choices. Different aesthetics like Barbiecore or the coastal cowgirl have made their way into runway fashion in recent seasons. The hashtag old money on TikTok garners billions of views. This trend started to really popularize during the 2020 pandemic. In a time of social change, celebrities and people with a great amount of wealth were under a lot of scrutiny for their lack of empathy and understanding toward the rest of the world. Celebrities were going to private islands to isolate with their friends and family, and continuing to travel despite the risks. The general public grew frustrated with these overt displays of wealth, and because of this, the idea of stealth wealth became more glamorized. The idea is that people who indulge in quiet luxury are not attempting to showboat their wealth or status, something that these people find to be particularly gauche. This is somewhat of a misconception, because although people from old money are not trying to display their wealth to everyone, that's only for the purpose of not intermingling outside of their social class. When it comes to their own peers, these labelless but luxurious items speak for themselves, and still do showcase the amount of wealth that the wearer has. Romanticizing old money. This trend was easy to romanticize while being in quarantine. After all, it would be a lot nicer to retreat to your family's yacht than being in isolation in a one-bedroom apartment. Shows like Gossip Girl, Succession, and White Lotus give people an inside look of how the wealthy live, act, and dress. These wardrobes full of earthy tones are minimalistic enough that they can be replicated without access to generational wealth. With no designer logos needed, this fashion trend has become an aesthetic rather than a goal because it's entirely unattainable. While you can't change the circumstances in which you were born, you can dress the part by taking inspiration from this trend. Old money fashion is likely to be a huge trend in 2024 because, much like the rise of office-core after time spent in quarantine, it's refreshing. It's so old that it becomes new again, as fashion trends tend to cycle in and out. However, unlike other fashion trends, this style is meant to be timeless, so we can expect it to stick around as we continue to experience a social and cultural shift that puts less emphasis on excessively overt displays of wealth and status. To see what other trends we're keeping our eye out for, subscribe to our channel, Fashion Spotlight, and check out our recent video predicting 10 different fashion trends that we expect to blow up in 2024.